Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something super fun, super useful, and close to my heart, travel. But not just any travel, we're talking about experiencing the magic of Goa without emptying your wallet. Goa, man. It's got this energy, this vibe that's hard to describe. Beaches, parties, amazing food, and a culture that just sucks you in. But I get it. Travel can be expensive. Plane tickets, hotels, eating out every meal, it adds up fast. But what if I told you, you can have an epic Goa experience without breaking the bank? That's what we're talking about today. We're gonna break down how to plan your dream Goa trip on a budget, step by step. Let's do this! Alright, first things first, we gotta talk about when to go. Goa's peak season is between October and February. Now, don't get me wrong, the weather is amazing then. But prices skyrocket. Everyone and their grandma wants a piece of the Goa sunshine. So what's the play? Shoulder season, baby? We're talking March to May or September to October. The weather's still good. You might get a little rain depending on the month, but listen, fewer crowds, cheaper flights, cheaper accommodation, it's a win-win. Now, if you're really on a shoestring budget, consider going during the off-season, June to August. It's monsoon season, so expect some rain, but hey, it's all part of the adventure, right? Plus, you'll find some crazy deals on hotels and flights. Seriously, I once scored a round-trip ticket to Goa during monsoon season for like half the price of peak season. And let me tell you, the rain can be refreshing, adds a whole different dimension to the experience. Just pack a raincoat and embrace it. But hey, it's your trip, right? Weigh your priorities. If you're all about that perfect sunshine and don't mind the crowds and higher prices, go for peak season. But if you're like me, always down for an adventure and saving some cash, shoulder season or even off-season is the way to go. Remember, travel is about experiencing something new, something different. Don't let the fear of a little rain or a smaller crowd hold you back from experiencing the magic of Goa. Be flexible, be open, and you'll be amazed at what you find. Okay, now that we've got the timing down, let's talk about where you're gonna crash. Goa's got something for everyone, from luxury resorts to beach shacks. But since we're all about that budget life here, let's explore some wallet-friendly options. First up, hostels. I love hostels, man. They're a great way to meet people from all over the world, and they won't break the bank. Goa's got a ton of cool hostels, especially in popular areas like Palolem, Vagator, and Anjuna. Then there are guest houses. These are usually family-run places that offer basic but clean and comfortable rooms at affordable prices. You can find them all over Goa, often tucked away in quieter neighborhoods, which I kind of dig. Gives you a more local feel. Another option is homestays. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're staying in someone's home. This is a great way to immerse yourself in the local culture and get to know the real Goa. Plus, it's often the most budget-friendly option out there. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, you can always try renting a beach hut. I'm talking basic, rustic, right on the sand. Not gonna lie, it's not for everyone, but it's an experience you won't forget. Just make sure to check the amenities and security before you commit. The key here is to do your research. Use websites and apps like Hostelworld, Airbnb, Booking.com. You know the drill. Read reviews, compare prices, and don't be afraid to haggle a little, especially if you're staying for a longer period. Remember, your accommodation doesn't have to be fancy to be awesome. It's just a place to rest your head after a long day of exploring. Focus on finding a place that's safe, clean, and within your budget. Alright, so you've arrived in Goa. You've dumped your bags at your awesome budget-friendly accommodation. Now it's time to explore. But hold up, before you jump into that overpriced taxi, let's talk about how to get around Goa without spending a fortune. First up, the most budget-friendly option, public transportation. Goa has a pretty decent bus network that connects major towns and cities. It's cheap, it's reliable, and it's a great way to experience local life. Just be prepared for some crowded rides, especially during peak hours. If you're feeling a little more adventurous, rent a scooter. This is my personal favorite way to get around Goa. It gives you the freedom to explore at your own pace, and you can find some pretty sweet hidden gems off the beaten path. Just make sure you have an international driver's license and wear a helmet. Safety first, people. Another option is to rent a bicycle. This is a great way to explore the smaller towns and villages, and it's a good workout too. Just be mindful of the traffic and the heat, especially during the day. Now, if you're traveling with a group, you might consider renting a car. It can actually be surprisingly affordable, especially if you split the cost. Just be prepared for some chaotic traffic and limited parking options in some areas. And hey, don't forget about the good old-fashioned way of getting around walking. Seriously, some of the best experiences I've had in Goa were just from wandering around, getting lost in the narrow streets, and stumbling upon hidden cafes, shops, and temples. The key here is to be flexible and open to different options. Don't be afraid to ask locals for directions or recommendations. They know the best ways to get around and can often point you to some hidden gems that you won't find in any guidebook. Okay, let's be real. One of the best things about traveling is trying new food. And Goa's food scene is off the hook. But eating out for every meal can put a serious dent in your budget. So let's talk about how to eat like a king or queen without breaking the bank. First and foremost, ditch the fancy restaurants and head straight for the local eateries. I'm talking about the hole-in-the-wall places, the street food stalls, the family-run restaurants that have been there for generations. That's where you'll find the most authentic and affordable Goan cuisine. Trust me, some of the best meals I've had in Goa have been from street vendors selling everything from samosas and pakoras to biryani and seafood. And the best part, it'll only set you back a couple of bucks. Another tip, try the local thalis. A thali is basically a platter that comes with a variety of small dishes, usually rice, dal, vegetables, and some kind of curry. It's a great way to sample a bunch of different flavors at once, and it's super filling. Now, if you're on a really tight budget, consider cooking some of your own meals. Pick up some fresh produce from the local markets, grab some spices, and whip up a simple but delicious meal. It's a great way to save money and have some fun in the kitchen. And hey, don't forget about the drinks. Goa is known for its feni, a local liquor made from cashew fruit. It's strong stuff, but it's definitely worth trying at least once. You can also find delicious and cheap fresh fruit juices everywhere, perfect for those hot Goan days. The key here is to be adventurous and not be afraid to try new things. Step outside of your comfort zone, ask locals for recommendations, and you'll be amazed at the culinary treasures you'll discover. All right, let's talk about the fun stuff. What to actually do in Goa without spending a fortune. Because let's be real, the best things in life are often free, or at least pretty damn cheap. First up, the beaches. Goa's coastline is dotted with stunning beaches, each with its own unique vibe. You can spend your days swimming, sunbathing, surfing, or just chilling out with a good book. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Then there are the markets. Goa's markets are a sensory overload in the best way possible. You can find everything from clothes and souvenirs to spices and fresh produce. It's a great place to soak up the local culture and score some unique finds. For a taste of history, check out Old Goa. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is home to stunning churches and cathedrals that date back to the Portuguese era. It's a fascinating glimpse into Goa's colonial past and a must-visit for history buffs. If you're into nature, head to one of Goa's many waterfalls. Dudhsagar Falls is one of the most popular, but there are plenty of other hidden gems to discover. Just be prepared for a bit of a hike to reach some of them. And of course, no trip to Goa would be complete without experiencing the nightlife. Goa's nightlife is legendary, with everything from beach shacks with live music to nightclubs that party until dawn. You can find options to fit every budget, from cheap and cheerful bars to more upscale clubs. The key here is to prioritize your interests and plan your activities accordingly. Don't feel like you have to do everything or see everything. Choose a few things that you're really interested in and focus on those. So there you have it, folks. Proof that you don't need a fat wallet to experience the magic of Goa. With a little planning and some savvy budgeting, you can have an unforgettable trip without emptying your bank account. Remember, travel is about experiencing something new, something different, something that pushes you outside of your comfort zone. It's about connecting with different cultures, trying new foods, and creating memories that will last a lifetime. Don't let budget constraints hold you back from exploring this incredible world. Get out there, be adventurous, and make some memories. And hey, if you find yourself in Goa, hit me up. I'll buy you a fini on the beach. Peace.